What's happening now across the Niagara frontier? News stories, old stories, stuff you know about and stuff you'd never believe. It's the Niagara Hub Soapbox with Craig Avery.
Okay, we're here in front of City Hall actually with John Accardo. John, as you know, is a mayoral candidate, and we just want to hear from him and what some of your plans are, what some of your experiences have been so far. You announced your candidacy when?
I announced my candidacy back in February, mid-February, and it's been a very interesting experience, since then.
Yeah, what's been happening?
Well, I've been out on the street. I've been knocking on doors since, probably the beginning of May, and some of the things that I hear from residents out there, and I got to tell you, Craig, that the people out in Niagara Falls, the people that I've knocked on their doors, they're frustrated with City Hall, and they see City Hall actually as a problem. They see it, in terms of they can't get their problems solved here. They see City Hall as creating problems, and my candidacy has been, and I tell these people that I'd like to turn this building here, City Hall, into a problem solver. I want people to come here to Niagara, to City Hall, and know that their problems or their concerns are going to be addressed. And I want them to see, I want the citizens of Niagara Falls to see this as a friendly place for them to come and get their either their opinions out or whatever problems or concerns they have. They're met in a friendly and timely manner. A lot of people complain about trees, tree stumps, sidewalks, streets. I want this place here to be the place where they know that they can come and get their problems.
Simple solutions. We're not talking about an Iran missile crisis.
No, we're not. We're not at all.
About a tree stump.
And I think that my candidacy has been talking about providing basic services, getting back to providing basic services, streets, sidewalks, trees, snow plowing in the wintertime. I think this administration here has gone away from that. I think they've gone away from providing the basic services. We certainly need, and I'm certainly committed to public safety, police and fire, road maintenance, and the other services that we need to provide here to the taxpayers in Niagara Falls. We really need to get back to the basics here.
You can't do that yourself. You're not going to roll. You're not going to be driving the backhoe. You're not going to be pushing the snowplow. And my point with a lot I candidates is what's the team going to look like? How's it going to? Do you have people in mind that
you know what? I do have people in mind, and I haven't spent a lot of time thinking about that because right now I'm only a candidate. It's mid-August, but certainly that's been in the back of my mind. And accountability is always a big thing. I find in department heads, people would be responsible, and they're responsible to see that the work gets done and the work gets done right. And I think too much today, in the past, accountability hasn't been an issue here in City Hall. And I think that's what I think that leads to the frustration. I think that's why they see this as a place that creates problems and not solves problems. And that's what I want to solve when I go to City Hall.
Again, I see if you don't have the right people in place, you end up being responsible to do the job yourself, and you can't do it. Nor can any.
You know what? I've never paved a street before in my life.
All right, there you go.
And I've never plowed a street before in my life.
What are you, some privileged kid or something? You never plowed a...
Yeah, I never plowed a... I've shoveled sidewalks, but I've never plowed a street. But, the point being, is that you have to have people that are responsible to do the right job and put them in the right spot so they can perform that job, And a lot of times maybe it's training or not having the right equipment, but we want to get back to the basics. We want to get back to providing the basics for people here in Niagara Falls.
Excellent. What else are you hearing when you're knocking on doors other than...
Well, the financial situation is on everybody's mind. The city, and I'm certainly not going to belabor the point. I mean, I think it's been well publicized. The city faces a $7 million deficit heading into 2016. Our fund balances are low. We're up against our taxing limit here, so we can't tax the people anymore. We're looking now at the expense side of the budget, and how can we deliver services, in a more cost-effective manner, so that the citizens of Niagara Falls can continue on with getting the same kind of services that we've been getting: plowing, fire, police, You know, that's most important. You know, I think the city of Niagara Falls faces a control board in the next year, possible year and a half, because the money simply isn't there to meet our obligations, and we're inching closer now to the line with the restructuring board that the city's put in place. So you know, they know it. You know, the administration knows it. They're not talking about it, obviously, because that's something they don't want to publicize. And I got to tell you that I haven't heard another candidate running for mayor, you know, talking about it. That's a real issue. That's a real issue that faces the city, and I'm willing to step in and try to solve that problem. And the way I'm going to solve the problem, and I'll be coming out with more things over the course of time, but we're going to need cooperation. We're going to need cooperations from the unions, the city workers, the department heads. Everybody's going to come together. We're going to understand, you know, what the problem is, and options will be put out on the table, and we'll work to solve the problem. We'll work through it. I think the city of Niagara Falls can do that. I think we're in a position to do that now before we move into something more serious like a heart control board.
And how are you poised, and what are your talents? How are you going to manage this as the mayor? There's nothing about your team, but Craig, what have you got going?
You know what, Craig? I think one of the best attributes that I have, okay, you know, as a business person and a former politician here, is the ability to bring different sides together, you know, find common ground and work towards a solution. And I think, you know, that's exactly what the city needs right now at this particular time in our history, because we are really on the brink of financial disaster here, and I think there's just a little bit of time left. You know, if we all understand what the situation is, we can work the solution out.
You realize being a former politician is your best attribute. You know? Now to be a politician again, I don't know. You might be going down that same.
You know what? I really have a deep passion for the city of Niagara Falls, and that's really why I'm doing this. Is because I don't like what I see. I haven't liked what I saw here in some time now, and I tell people this. You know, we'll never go back to what it was in the 40s and 50s around here. But I can tell you this, it can certainly be, you know, a lot better than what it is today. And I think everybody understands that. And I even hate to use the word sometimes potential, because that word has been so overused here that I think people kind of get almost turned off by it.
How do people get a hold of you? What are they? If they have some concerns, questions, are you going to be out more?
Oh, I'm always out. I'm knocking on doors every night. I don't knock on doors on Sundays, but I've been out almost every night since the beginning of May, and it's just refreshing, you know, to meet different people and hear their views and hear their ideas, and they're concerned about the city too, and they want to see the city change. And they understand that the direction the city is heading in right now is not in their best interest as residents.
So how do people get a hold of you?
284-7868, 570-6739, and either number will get me.
Okay, cool. Well, we appreciate your thoughts. Keep in touch with us.
Thanks very much.
And,
okay.
Let's see what we can do.
Great. Okay, thanks.